That was insanely loud, no?
Are we getting it back? We getting it back?
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Round 2.
Woo! For a Sunday, podcast we should have been on. Should have been probably a little better on that, huh?
I guess.
Is it nap 30 yet?
Maybe this.
Ooh, that tastes pretty good.
Maybe that first 5 minutes will be the lost podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time. This is a record in 177 podcasts. This will be the first time we have started over a podcast. It's pretty bad. That's not good, Chris? No?
I don't know.
I
think I get a little more.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Tastes a little limey.
Thank you again for joining us here on a Sunday. So this is the second podcast we've ever done on a Sunday. Unfortunately,
because somehow we messed up the first time ever. This is actually the second time that we've messed up a podcast.
Well, no.
Did the one not record?
No, the other one recorded on bad audio or something.
Yeah, and that was and the only reason we did that one
is because it was bad audio.
Yes, so we restarted this podcast. We've never done that before.
And
our second podcast on a Sunday, because unfortunately there was some bad things that happened this
circumstances
weekend.
beyond our control yesterday.
Yes, and
very much so.
But so we are gonna enjoy some mocktails because it's Sunday. We all got to work tomorrow.
We got Pepsi sitting on the floor over here. Hopefully, we can get them on camera.
Me and Chris had a little too many beers last night.
Yes, you did. I could actually have a Coors Light. I feel horrendous today.
Oh, that's great.
That's good for you.
Hopefully, it's still recording. It is.
Could you shoot me the mocktail for me? I like this a lot. You guys not feeling it?
I tried it. It wasn't bad. The first sip was a little. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting it to be like.
What's in it besides the
so
margarita?
Citrusy.
So I did. So I looked up a recipe, and it all called for a mocktail was margarita mix with no tequila, of course. I had to make sure there was no tequila, club soda, and a teaspoon of simple syrup. And I think it's working out pretty nice. We were gonna get ice for everybody. I feel bad that it's warm, but we go to the 7-Eleven on our way here, and they only have like the 3-pound big boy bags, and I was like, Chris will have ice for the rest of his life if I get this for him right now.
It wouldn't fit in my freezer probably.
You don't have an ice maker on that bitch?
It doesn't work.
And Chris's dude,
my landlord told me if I want the water thing and ice thing fixed, I have to pay for it myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, rent is getting out of control, and I'm sure I don't have to tell most people this, but with Brian's getting a 13% increase, Chris getting a 10% increase, and you get no new amenities, you get nothing. I mean, like
nothing.
If I'm going to get an increase, there got to be something. But shouldn't there be something that
I should at least get Pat Lynch? You have to come over here once a month and clean my apartment. I mean, if I'm getting a 10% increase, I should at least get that.
Something like when
who?
Excuse me.
When the lady sent me mine, and thank God it wasn't anywhere near Chris's or Brian's, I think to myself, like, what changed? Like, what gives you? Like, how do you justify a rent increase?
Property taxes probably went up.
Property taxes, yeah. The guy said.
Evidently, the insurance rates are through the roof and everywhere.
The guy literally said in his email to me was the property taxes are increasing and the water
utility bills are up too.
Yeah, utilities were up. And it's like, but like I cover everything. He covers water and real estate taxes, and I looked up my real estate taxes. They're only going up by like $200. So no.
Okay,
yeah, I would have definitely said that. Like, hey.
What was the year-over-year change before that?
What do you mean?
Like between the prior year and the current year?
It's literally going up $200. Like so it was like 20.
What the hell were you going with that, Pat? I had no idea.
Well, because sometimes like what it's been like with these mortgages is like that between this year and that between 23 and 22, but from 21 and 22, that's where like the big kick has been gone up on a lot of these private places, and so like the mortgages are like a year behind on the escrow for that, and so like you don't really see that increase.
It's literally gone, like if you look up like the last like 4 years on Cook County, it's literally gone up $200 every.
This guy, then that guy's an asshole.
This is why you got to buy a house, and these mortgage rates aren't going anywhere. But the stock market's sky high, baby boys.
It is. It's flying.
I'm living that paper dream.
Oh yeah, everybody's like, I was lucky enough to buy NVIDIA at a very reasonable price, and people are like, but it's unrealized gains to me. Like I don't know when to sell, if I should sell, what I should do with it. I just leaving it alone, but so it's just paper gains.
Yeah, nice.
Wait, I wanted to go. So talking about the state of Chicago, rent, real estate taxes, all that shenanigans. Everybody's feeling that. I don't know if you guys saw it. This is one of these things I was thinking about writing an
editorial.
Like writing a blog, like a blog, or send it out like we did for when the state of Illinois wanted to raise taxes.
Oh, the flat or the graduated income tax,
which Pritzker is completely off, and there's supposedly supposed to be a huge budget surplus Illinois is going to have. They have like bigger revenues that they thought, and these idiots like aren't thinking about putting it into a rainy day fund. They're gonna
spend it all.
Yeah, they're gonna figure out how to spend it all.
Nice.
But so he's gone away from the. I think all the other revenue tactics that they've employed means that they don't need to do the graduated income tax. Yeah, but so that was
good.
That wasn't the. But what I want to do is Illinois is trying to, or Illinois,
Chicago
and Cook County, right? Or is it just Chicago?
I think it's
Chicago.
I think it's Chicago.
They want to
because you have a county tax and a city tax.
They want to put to vote to increase the transfer tax on a house that sells that's over $1 million.
I thought they got rid of that.
I thought it was any
I
property.
thought the Supreme Court shot that down yesterday. That's what I was reading on the news.
No. It's any. No. It didn't get shut down. Well, so this is why I brought it up, Chris. Is it's any sale of a house that's over $1 million. Not so if it's over $1 million, they want to increase the percentage that the city gets, and they want to put it quote unquote to helping the homeless. Yeah, right. You're not going to do that money's going to get spent however you want it to spend. And it's just another blank check for you guys. And the court system blocked it, and it's not going to be on the voting block for when we do the primaries for the presidential. It won't be on there.
Nice.
And
they took it off. Yeah, they kicked it off yesterday.
And that's the your dad's association. The realtors don't want it. I don't get why the realtors don't want it on there.
Because it makes it harder to sell houses.
Oh, because people don't want to.
People aren't. It's more of a tax.
I don't understand what. Yeah, every house. Nobody's gonna be able to buy a house because if you look at housing prices, they're all $1 million homes now.
It's got to sell for $999,999.
Seriously, why wouldn't you? But here's the other thing, because it's going to save you if you're going to sell it for $1 million and then you have to pay 8% now. You would sell for $999, like you said. Yeah, stupid. I mean, the city. It's asinine. It pisses me off to no end that we can't just live within our means.
You're going to work out some type of deal where you sell like the house for $999,000, and then you're going to sell the garage in a separate transaction for like $200,000.
Or piecemeal it, yeah, for sure.
I don't think you do because a lot, but yeah.
Hey, you shut your mouth. They'll figure it out.
We're coming up with creative ideas here, Pat. Why don't you stop being a poo-pooer?
Why don't you come up? Yeah, why don't you come up with a smart idea?
Me?
Yeah, you're the real estate guy.
Yeah, sure. I'll think about it. Get back to me next podcast.
Oh, you're gonna take a week?
Sucks, ladies and gentlemen. He's absolute
there
shit.
Should be
Thank you again for joining us, Pat Lynch.
We need a boo button on this thing.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It actually there's the smallest amount of buying since pre-pandemic. That there was a statistics that came out this week that buying was lower than it has been prior to the pandemic, but year over year, housing prices are still going up.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. With the prices are up, rates are up. You know, you're getting killed. You're getting killed on everything else you're spending money on, so you can't really save.
Insurance is going up.
Yeah,
if you can get insurance.
If you can get insurance.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So
that's enough bitching.
We got our grind our gears out of the way. I feel good. We have last week we did it felt like we were almost back to being 22, 23 when us three would go to Edison Park Inn, eat pizza, eat French fries, watch a UFC fight.
And we were fat asses.
And drink the big Foster cans. We should have had those for the last week, but every UFC fight was like an event for us. We knew we were going hard in the paint when it was the UFC fight. We're starting with the Foster cans, and then we're gonna freaking fly downtown and just get wasted. And
white girl wasted.
Now that there's more than there's like every day there's a UFC fight. I don't think
every weekend. Yeah,
I don't think any of us really foul as hard as we used to. But this last week, UFC 298 was unfreaking believable. The fights were all great. The knockout was it Janikar? What's his Volkanovski. He got completely laid out. I'm sure he's probably just figuring out that he's lost that fight right now. And then the Paul Acosta and Whitaker fight was, that's got to be 2024's just started, and
that was a banger.
It could be a fight of the year. Did you?
Whitaker won that fight, right?
Yeah, that was a banger.
Was it the decision fight?
Oh yeah,
decision. Yeah,
and Whitaker got not lucky. Like I hate to say it in fighting, but like he got caught with the spinning heel with 8 seconds left, and Whitaker was on jello legs. But he did come back in that 30 seconds and, fought the rest of the fight. I don't know. What did you think on that one, Chris? Did you think?
No, he won. Like that, he won that round. He was he was in the first round when he got hit by that spinning kick.
Yeah.
And it was like 10 seconds left. And everybody's like, Costa really didn't do anything in that round outside of that. And like everybody's like, oh, Costa won the round. I'm like,
yeah.
Because he hit one spinning leg kick and he didn't knock the guy down.
Just
Whitaker stayed on his feet.
Yeah.
He was wobbly. But yeah, there's nothing there that made me think like, oh, hey, this is a Costa round or anything like that.
That's the division.
They were at light
Duplessis
heavyweight.
guy is they're light heavyweight for that fight.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, they are saying big middleweights because those guys, Costa's arms were gigantic and
huge. Costa didn't look as like he's off.
Costa used to be a
middleweight. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why he used to be more cut. Now he doesn't have to get as cut.
Yeah.
I thought that fight was amazing. I think Whitaker won that one. I'd love to see that thrown back. That
would have been a fun one to see 5 rounds of.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think Costa did anything to besides that spinning heel was ridiculous. But I think Whitaker's in all honesty would beat him again. I think.
Easily. Yeah. He was smart. He chopped at that front leg
and he could not. But he was so. I mean, Costa was so tough. Did not let that bother him. He was the aggressor the whole fight. It was tremendous. The other thing I was wanting to talk about with the UFC, like there's so many fights that you don't know all these new guys, all these new up and coming guys. The guy that beat Volkanovski, I forgot his name, but
Ilya Tipur or something like that.
He's a beast. That fight was insane. That dude was so calm, serial killer calm. Comes in there, just annihilates Volkanovski. And I have no idea. I've never seen this guy fight before.
I think I've seen him fight a couple times before. Yeah.
That couldn't have been his first in the UFC, right? Like
no, he's been in the UFC.
What fights do you think you've seen him again? Because if you have seen,
he was on some of the cards we've seen before. I know that. I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but that could have a fighter, and we have no idea who he is. That's kind of crazy to me.
Oh, easily. I have no idea who that guy fought, but beforehand.
I thought he beat Ortega.
And is that on the UFC for not marketing him right, or what? Because how are we?
It's on the UFC for having too many fights. You can't keep up with everything. Like if you skip a week, you don't know who's fighting. You never see these guys.
Yeah,
I think it used to be you watch one pay-per-view a month and you kind of get who's going there. Yeah, right?
And I think Rose is on a fight night card. Like either it was last night or it's next week that she's on a fight night card.
He's been on a few fight nights. He was on UFC 282. He was on.
Who was on 282 besides him?
Any idea?
I can pull it up.
There you go. Hey, Pat, Google that, please.
I'm working on it. Chris's apartment evidently is a dead zone for my Wi-Fi, but
yeah,
get it together, Chris.
I'd like to shut.
Was there any other
Wi-Fi
fights on there that were like?
Oh yeah, we didn't see this card. This was the Blachowicz, another one that went the UFC light heavyweight belt that no one won.
Oh, nice.
I don't even know who those guys are.
That was a draw. They did a draw for the main
for the vacant fight for the vacant title.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty shit card. It had Patty Pimblett was on it.
Oh, okay.
Patty the Batty.
And it had.
Is that the one he just won by?
No, it was a decision. It was a unanimous decision on that one.
Yeah,
there was also one. There was also a fight with the guy that's now the middleweight champion was on this card.
Oh, really?
The Durukas.
Please.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
And then this guy was the.
You see the guy.
This guy was the opener of that card.
You see the guy he beat was wrestling some dude up on a ski. Yes, Strickland was wrestling fighting some guy on the. On a mountain.
Strickland is certifiably insane.
He is. He fought. He
fought somebody else earlier in the week too.
No, an influencer was kind of giving him and they were joking around, and then the influencer.
Oh yeah, they were sparring.
I want to spar you.
Yeah,
and he's like, you don't. And he's like, I think it would be cool. They get in there, and
he just rips on.
No. He gives him a minute, and he's like, with 3 minutes left, or there's gonna be a 5-minute round. He's like, with 3 minutes left, you're gonna be in the worst pain of your life, and you're gonna ask yourself, why did I do this? And they clicked it, and dude was pounding on this influencer.
Yeah.
They were throwing towels in. Dude, security had to come in and grab him and stop him.
Yeah, he's insane. I would not. That's not a guy you want to fight.
I would never get into a wrestling match with him. Him straight choking you out. I'm sure this guy has no idea.
Up on top of this mountain, just pummeling this guy in the snow.
Yeah. Stupid. But, it's stupid for people doing it to him. And
I think the guy was his friend and you just see him like there's a gear and then he just goes insane and just it's like you could be like, okay, I'm done. Like you tap out, and he just keeps going.
Yes.
Like he's
Yeah, he
putting
doesn't know how to stop.
he doesn't understand the stop thing. He's gonna hurt. Like he's gonna do something with somebody. He's gonna collab with somebody or something. He's gonna really hurt him, and he's gonna get in trouble for it.
Yeah, it's silly
because he doesn't understand the stop thing.
Yeah, he's nuts.
What's up?
He's nuts.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. I mean, didn't they? Those two idiots fought at, like another UFC fight.
Yeah, they were.
He jumped over.
Yeah, he
and
jumped over people.
Yeah.
But
He moved the kid out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then he like, went right at him.
But at least he moved the kid.
Yeah.
Okay, so since it's a Sunday podcast, it's not and we're also probably pretty tired. You guys are a little hungover. I did get some.
We're gonna wrap it up now.
It's been great, guys. Thank you so much. It's been fun.
I got some good.
Joe's up there was popping. I hit a bunch of people.
Oh yeah.
They have live music on Fridays apparently.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I've
did
been
tell
told.
them about that. Yeah. So I got a couple good stories from this week. I thought were tremendous. So the big story in the stock market was AI with NVIDIA. They're killing it. Their revenues are insane. And so I was like, let me find an AI story that like really makes sense to like what AI could potentially be. Air Canada must refund a customer who acted on information provided by their chat GPT kind of robot, like their AI robot. So
Wait, Air Canada's or GPA robot?
yeah.
Okay.
So they have like these new customer service
Yeah.
things.
They have the little assistant thing that pops up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Could you hit me with that my pink monster?
No.
So this guy asked because this is because they force you to go to these chat bots now instead of a human being, and he goes, hey, unfortunately, it looks like somebody might pass away, so he wanted to buy flights because they were cheap. He wanted to know in bereavement, like if he would get his refund, he'd get all his money back. I
thought airlines didn't do bereavement flights anymore.
Well, Pat, that's part of the story. So I'm sure.
Shut up and let him finish.
So the chat, the AI bot was like, yeah, you're fine. Go right ahead. Order as many as you want. Don't even worry about it. And dude felt pretty good and confident, so he bought them.
He asked the chat bot 3 times, like, "Are you sure?" And yeah.
And
I have no concept of this. Whatever. What is death?
So the guy said, he bought them, and fortunately and unfortunately, fortunately the person did not pass away. He did not need to do the flights. So he went to the counter or went to the Air Canada and was like, "Hey, can I get my money back?" And they are like, "No, of course not. Why would we give you your money back?" He's like, "Well, I saved the chat and underlined it like champion say, you will always get your money back with Air Canada. You're the man. You got this." And he's like, what do you mean here? And they're like, no, but do you see that line after it says, go read the rules and regulations? If you read it, if you would have clicked that, you would have seen that he's wrong. And it says we don't give money back on 90-day refunds. And he's like,
your chat's wrong.
and so they're going back and forth. Air Canada is like, here's what we'll do. We'll fix the chat bot, so you don't even have to worry about that anymore, and we'll give you a $200 credit to your next flight.
Hell no.
And he's like, So he goes to small claims and sues them. And they, what their defense was?
They didn't have any control over what the AI does.
AI was its own person, and that they could not be sued for what the AI bots did. And the judge is like, no, that's not right. Nah. It's not up to the person. If you're going to give this as the answers, and it's not up to the person to determine that they're wrong and that what's online is correct. Or, like how can he...
Yeah, it'd be no different than if an employee there's giving the wrong information.
Yeah. It should have given him... And it was it was for $680. It's like, you guys are idiots.
Should just credited the $680.
Oh, yeah, I would have.
Move on with life.
But, that's going to... I mean, this is going to happen a lot.
Way to go, Air Canada.
Where AI is going to... It's going to mess up a lot of shit. And, they would have never known.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have your robot, you can't have the AI say, be like, yeah, this is good, and then here's a link, go look at the link. Why?
Yes.
You're basing it off you're thinking AI is telling you the right thing. You're not going to go click that link.
Yeah, why is it my job to do all, have to verify your
AI
computer
bots,
is telling me? Like, also, maybe I've never had a AI.
Your little chat bot should have just given him the link, been like, here's where you need to go and find all the rules and regulations on bereavement flights.
Exactly what I was going to say is I've never been with an AI chat that just hadn't sent me to go read something. And I was like,
never.
Give me a human. Like, let me talk. You know what I don't even do anymore? I don't even do the chats like with QuickBooks or any of those. I just say, call me. I would rather talk to a person and work with them through that then because these people on these chats it just never works out anymore.
I'm gonna have to. I got to call QuickBooks because they were supposed to fix this payroll thing and they still haven't done it.
Wanted to get you guys' thoughts on good old Jerry Reinsdorf. I wanted to know if you think he is absolutely senile or if he just is messing with the city of Chicago. This idiot wants.
He wants to stay. He wants a Springfield.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the state of Illinois. Does he think? Is he just wanting to hit the state of Illinois for one more banger before he dies?
He's like 90, isn't he?
87. Is
Oh,
he going?
God.
Is he going senile? Like he is asking the state of Illinois for $2 billion. Do you know how poor the state of Illinois is? And you want $2 billion?
We talked earlier. We had a discretionary fund.
The state of Illinois isn't going to give it to him. You're going to give it to him.
It's insane. Oh yeah, they.
Yeah, I mean, this one I could draw a hard line on. Not a White Sox fan, so absolutely not.
But I mean, doesn't it piss you off a little bit? That
I think it's great. I mean, the Cubs did all their stadium with private money.
Well, no, they talked about this. So Ricketts was like, "Hey, we want you to fund this," and the Chicago Blackhawks said no.
Nah.
And they're like, "Okay, how about you give us half?"
Nah, go fuck yourself.
And they're like, "Nah." Then they're like, "Hey, how about you give us that 18% entertainment tax?"
New phone, who this?
Yeah. And so the Cubs, surprise, surprise, just did it themselves. And the reasoning behind why Jerry runs, if you don't do this, they'll be sold and they'll move.
I mean, so okay.
$2 billion.
He wants a $2 billion stadium to increase the valuation on his team so he can sell
So
it.
the state of Illinois owns $2 billion of your team. So when you sell it, we get our $2 billion back with interest. How is that not an...
How much are the White Sox worth?
I mean, good question. They can't be worth $2 billion.
I doubt. I bet you they're not in the top half of the league.
So we're going to double the value of their company, or that company, for what?
Yeah,
There's no way there's enough revenue to ever justify that.
Does anybody gonna go see? Nobody goes to their games as it is.
Yeah, I mean it's insane.
And they're trying out a team this year that I can't even tell you who's on that team.
I mean I know they got
Okay, here we go.
by the Cubs in spring training recently.
Yeah.
Not that spring training means anything.
No, doesn't mean shit. But
And then Cody Bellinger signs with the Cubs, baby. Even though I don't really care too much, I think he's going to be. I'm glad what the Cubs did. I think he's got more chance of being a Jason Hayward than.
I think it's a good deal for both guys.
Yeah, but
if he kills the guy this year, he can go on open market, and it gives you one more year for all the Cubs prospects to get their shit together.
Yeah, he's also doubling his salary. He made $17 million last year. He's making $30 now.
Yeah,
it's insane.
But I mean, it's better paying him. I'd rather pay him $30 for 3 years and had to lock that in for 10 years. Or 8 years or whatever, whatever he wanted originally.
Yeah, but I mean, I think about because like Scott Boras, his thing here was he wanted to set the market, and
all four of his guys. This is the first one of his guys to sign.
Yeah, and so, but the reason he's been holding out is he wants to reset the market for other players, and it's like
what's really annoying about baseball is like it's the nice thing about NFL the guys are signing the first 2 weeks, and the commissioner wanted to change that, and they got hard pushback from the
White Sox are worth $2.05 billion.
So we'll double the value of the company or the
Cubs worth
of the Sox.
4.1. They are the fourth most valuable team behind the Red Sox, the Dodgers, and the Yankees. The Yankees are worth almost double what the Dodgers are at $7 billion.
Yeah, I mean that seems about right. The notable brands for teams, right? Cubs, Red Sox, Yankees.
I'm saying it's
the Cubs
insane.
are more than the Mets.
We are.
Yeah, I think because the Cubs have their own TV channel.
You're legitimately doubling the value of the White Sox if you do.
I don't think it would double the value, but definitely make them more valuable.
I mean, you have how do you not sell? You have a $2 billion stadium.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't at least start. Yeah, I mean,
you start at $4 billion.
It's insane to ask for all that money for woe was me kind of stuff. And he's also the guy. He also tried to cite we can't sign big players with our revenue streams. Like, well, nobody fills that stadium you got now.
Yeah, it's insane. I just had to throw that out there. I can't stand it. It makes me it boils my blood to hear these whiny billionaires ask for money.
So what if the Bears ask for a bunch of money for their stadium? Would you look at that?
No, because they're going to go to Arlington and they're going to have a Disney. They're going to have a Chicago World over there, and they're going to make ass ton of money. They've got to be at least worth $5 to $10 billion. And why would we pay for any of that? Do we get any of it back?
Never.
No.
If I own some,
maybe if you're a politician, maybe.
Because they don't care about us. But if Chicago or Illinois owns a piece of the Bears now, so that our piece that we invested in you grows, yeah, I'll take a little bit of that. Get out of here. That I'm going to pay for.
Yeah, that would never happen. But yeah.
So then we're not giving you. Why would we give them any money?
Yeah. Why would any?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can justify giving $2 billion for when you already have one baseball team in there. In the city too.
Think about it. Does any business go to the state of Illinois? Hey, I'm going to make you $1,000 of a replacement
Can you
tax.
buy me the Willis Tower?
Yeah, I'm going to give you $1,000 of a replacement tax for the next 20 years. Can you give me some money now? So because I'm going to be in your no business asked for that. Get the hell out of here.
It's crazy.
Jeez, it frustrated the crap out of me. So back to grandma gears on that one.
You should start going around being like, hey, I want to expand my tax business here in Illinois. I want the taxpayers of Illinois to fund my expansion.
Yeah. Well, we'll make sure all the tax clients pay you a lot of money back.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad business idea.
It's great.
And probably wasn't very good for our clientele basis.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
No,
why do I owe Illinois twice as much as the federal? I don't know. That's weird.
I'm feeling great over here, guys. I don't know about you.
I'll give you one. So I saw two things for the Florida. One that Sylvester Stallone is moving from California to Florida, and
I thought he lived in Florida.
No, he's got a house there, but he's officially cutting all ties from California. And Ron DeSantis, good old Meatball Ron,
is welcoming him with open arms.
Yeah, I'd like send him a I'm gonna kiss your ass on Twitter.
Did he give him did they got
X,
the Rocky
I'm
statue
sorry, on X?
They're gonna
have
the
a
Rocky
Rocky Day, I think, in Florida for him.
Is he just moving because of taxes?
No, well,
I
know he sold his house in L.A. a few years ago.
Yeah. Well, him and his wife got divorced. They got divorced. All this. They got a whole show on them. Like, who cares about the Stallones? I just love that Meatball Ron is out there.
Meatball Ron and and Meatball Sly.
They're gonna do a Rocky Day or some bullshit to welcome in.
Hello, Adrian, we did it.
But
I saw that in Florida they had their redneck Olympics down there. Yeah, it was like this. Like they drew major crowds for it. Like the thing you were. I think. I don't know what podcast it was on. You did mention on the podcast.
Remind me what the Redneck Olympics are.
It's you drink like you're drinking beer. You evade police. Like you're doing all these like things. You wrestle alligators.
Evade police.
Evade police.
Evade.
Do they like bring actual cops out there to try to?
Yep.
I think they're off-duty cops that are
chase
like
you down.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to get tased or something.
That's awesome.
It's pretty crazy. No, it seems like a fun
people.
time.
Yeah, people went down there. It's like it looked like.
I'm sure it's probably like the PGA Tour. That's just probably a wild time on that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I had a really good conversation with Lauren's dad about motocross. I know I talked about this a little bit, but he's got like kind of like a historian on it because he has been riding bikes since he was like in high school, and he loved the sport. So he's watched it grow from and I guess it used to be European. But in my head, all I kept thinking is like if he would have had just thought about investing in it at all or done something, because now they went from if you won a motocross race, you got like $5,000. If you win one now, I think it's $1 million is the usual purse for.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
That's insane growth right there.
Nice.
Yeah, and I saw every time they go to commercial, it was like Monster.
Yeah, the big money, baby.
And it was the last 3 minutes of the race, so pretty much because they only do 20. This is a 20-minute race. They say go beast mode and then Monster.
Unleash the beast.
Nice.
Awesome.
I love it.
Oh, but so back to Florida. So you got that, and then you got the wonderful. What is the state of Florida? There's a measles outbreak right now, and the CDC is kind of giving some guidelines on hey, you probably should quarantine.
Weren't we eradicated measles?
Oh no, these wonderful parents who don't want to vaccinate their kids for things that have been like polio and measles for years.
Smallpox is coming back, baby. It's back.
Great.
And listen, you got a kid, you do whatever you want. It's none of my business, but I do appreciate what my parents did for me because I don't have to worry about measles, and I don't have to worry about polio. And yeah,
there's a reason we
eradicate polio. Was Florida's plan?
No. So the CDC came out with some guidelines. So and Florida.
My one question
Florida's chief medical officer
was like, no.
Hey, listen, don't worry about the CDC.
Did the CDC just recommend to the rest of the United States to cut Florida off as a state and let it go?
I think we should do escape from Florida. Just put walls around the whole state and just throw all the criminals there.
Put Kurt Russell in there.
Most of the criminals are there already, so just put the rest of them in there.
Yeah.
Snake, we need you to go in there and take out Meatball Ronnie and Meatball Sly.
But so there's a again, when anytime you talk about quarantine, people get all hot and bothered. But there's a recommended time to keep the kids away from other kids.
That's different than a pandemic quarantine.
If you got measles, and you're
man, you can't you don't put Florida in the corner.
But you said chickenpox. You said to be say
you don't put baby in the corner. You don't tell baby when he's getting.
Meatball Ron wants to scratch his measles wherever he goes. All right.
And so the Florida health guy, and the CDC are at war.
Nice.
And it's just
someone call Fauci in.
Yeah, somebody get Fauci down there.
I don't know. Why can't science just be the reasoning behind everything.
You gotta, the state of Florida is a wild place.
Yeah, it really is.
They got it going on down there.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, here's a crazy thing to kind of keep on that. In Alabama.
Alabama.
If you know, like how like a lot of people, unfortunately, like a lot of people now want to have kids in their 30s instead of in their 20s. So that a lot of women will save and guys.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
And guys will do things like in vitro like fertilization.
Yeah, I saw the article for this.
And then you got to take out a certain amount because it doesn't always work. Yada yada yada. But then if they all works out and you just have extra laying around, you just throw it out like no big deal.
Not Alabama, baby.
Alabama, baby. That's manslaughter, or they consider these kids.
And it's abandonment if you don't.
Yeah, so women just have to leave it there, and then God knows what happens to it.
Yeah, Alabama, Mississippi, man. It's wild states too.
How does that make any sense?
It's like, how did we get to this point where we're like, has this been under the surface, and we're just like, and now it's like, oh, we have an opportunity to say these things, because it feels like this is not like an overnight. You
guys ever see the South Park episode? There's a South Park episode with James Cameron, and he like goes into the ocean to dive to find the bar, because in the episode, like it's gotten so bad that the bar has been so lowered that like all this stuff's acceptable. Like in the episode, they make like Cartman gets like one of those rascal scooters because he's handicapped for being fat, and like he gets like stuck in like his scooter can't get into Kyle's bathroom at his house, so he sues Kyle's parents, and like they have to redo their whole entire bathroom in their house to make it up to code so that people with scooters mobility scooters get in there. So James Cameron's had enough, and he goes into the ocean, dives to raise the bar back up to a level. So that's what it feels like. It feels like this whole like everywhere. It's just like the bar just keeps lowering, and so we just need somebody to come back and bring it back up.
I just want to know what happened to the separation of church and state.
Oh yeah,
no, I want to know where how that's gotten so blurred.
It never happened.
I mean, it's absolutely effing insane. That like, I didn't really get into it, but I don't know what you're supposed like, because these women can't just say like they literally just have to. And I don't know if you.
Well, they can't have abortions. They can't kill. Yeah. They can't use their eggs. They can't. Why would you're just not gonna live in these states if you're like.
If you need to do some of these things, you're gonna have to move out. And then, some of these states, like if you're from Texas and you go to like Illinois, and have an abortion,
they're gonna arrest you.
Texas wants the ability to charge you for that.
Yeah, that's insane.
It makes no sense at all. I mean, the world is a crazy place. We are just too comfortable, and this is the crap that we're fighting about. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
You're getting the loudest people who are also the dumbest people.
Yeah, I mean,
talking the loudest and making.
It's gotta be like some of it's gotta be social media, right? Just the ability, to like you have a platform to say whatever you want to say, and how much dumb you sound.
There's like, and it's such a hard mix because there is a lot of good that happens. Like this is actually bad. Twitter. Tesla.
Peter.
Tesla.
It's Twitter, damn it.
Had ordered a bunch of pies from this company in California, and
like baking pies.
Yeah, like pies, like for dessert for like an event.
Just want to make sure I was on the same thing because sometimes people like pizza pie.
Yeah, this lady was
pizza pie
trying to get an invoice approved and paid so she could get the ingredients and get it done and all this, and she did all this work. She got all these pies ready, and then Tesla called and was like, "Hey, we're canceling the order." So she did all this work, all this money. She's a small business, but she went to Twitter and bitched about it, and like said, "Hey, what the hell? Like this is ridiculous. This is what happened. I'm a small business. This is really hurting me."
And Elon is like denied.
No, and Elon's like, "We're gonna make it right."
He didn't just cancel her Twitter account.
No, he immediately was like, "That's not right."
I feel
you should be able to count on Tesla. And he said, "We're going to make this right." And
get out! Somebody put him back.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop being crazy for a minute.
I feel like if you're that person and you have an order that large, you probably get that in writing before you start buying all shit.
But again, you're a small business. You're hoping Tesla's a big company. They should be
true. Yeah, but
but I get what you're saying. She didn't do it right.
I think you get it. You at least get a deposit.
You get something on that. Yeah.
Pepsi, did we ever get anything back from the seller from Amazon? His mother. I'm gonna have to go back to. I'm gonna have to fight her. So we, I had my steamer.
We got scammed.
You got catfished.
I got my stupid steamer broke in 2 months. We complained on the thing. The lady came back and said, "Hey, We want to refund you or get you a new
You're golden
product. Or
yellow
something.
today, Chris.
And we went to her, and she hasn't responded. So I'm still waiting on a new steamer because I'd like to get back in my sauna.
I thought you bought a new one.
I did, but it's not coming until Tuesday.
Oh, so you're gonna have 2 steamers then?
No, we're gonna get the money back.
His and her steamers?
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
awesome. But yeah,
Lauren and him can have sumo fights.
let's see. Where do we want to go here? I gotta. This would hurt. This would happen to one of us. This is how. And this one's. I felt it in my bones. Where are we at, Chris?
I think it's like 35. I'm just trying to make sure it's still going. Yep,
Oh,
35.
I gotta go up there and check that.
That's about right.
In Washington D.C., a man
Capital of the United States.
checked the lottery numbers before he went to bed, and on the website got the numbers. He went ding 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 ding. Won $330 million. Feels really good about himself.
I think I had to print that off.
Goes to bed. Probably didn't sleep much because he's probably dreaming about all the great things he's about to buy. Wakes up. Goes back to the website. Ding, ding, ding,
Numbers
ding,
are different.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. I've won $330 million. I'm probably going to quit my job, tell my boss to go F off. 5 days later, goes in, claims his $330 million.
Nice.
Website was wrong.
Oh, no.
It was posted wrong to the website. Man does not have $330 million. Man probably has been went from the highest of highs
I would be.
to the lowest.
I think I'd be. I think I'd be. Air Canada in that pitch right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be lost with somebody.
Oh, I'd be like, this is bullshit.
Man is suing the lotto
That's
the
shocking.
lotto for that money, but
How much is he
What do you
blowing?
think?
How much of that money that he's not getting did he spend already between those 4 days?
he's actually suing for all $330 million too.
Oh, wow.
Might as well, right? Go shoot for the gold. Go for the gold, baby.
Go for gold, right?
But I gotta imagine that those were.
I'm sure there's something on the website that says like there's some disclaimer somewhere. That he's no chance. But
He's got he's got to have zero chance. Maybe they'll do something nice for him, but he's got to have zero chance because those weren't the numbers that were pulled. I don't care what was posted. I could post whatever I want.
Yeah.
The numbers were pulled. They were on TV. It's all live. This is it. We can't give you $330 million.
That's a bummer. Poor guy.
Yeah, they'll do something.
Someone's having a bad day.
I could also see them like settling for something out of court.
Uncle Steve said that, and I was like, but if I'm like, I'm sorry, you didn't win. Like, it sucks.
No,
but-
true. Yeah.
But it depends how much legal costs.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you really want that? Like, the stuff gets dragged out. Do you really want to keep dealing with
And
it?
that's
like
the only reason
yeah.
the courts will do it.
That's crazy.
Is
Crazy stuff right there.
I just can't imagine.
Yeah, you feel great. You got all that.
That's gonna be
He's
rough.
got to print out of the screen. I got the numbers, baby. Got the ticket. The numbers are wrong on the website.
What would be the first thing if you?
I got a
if you-
golden ticket.
What if you now? If I ever win the lotto, I'm never gonna.
Yeah.
I'm never.
I'm not doing it until I have like something in hand.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you're gonna do if you win If you think you win $330 million?
If I think that I win,
Yeah, 330. If you you did this guy, what do you think your first move would have been?
checking my prenup.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Pat. Oh my God,
Say-
Pat Lynch.
Just kidding.
Setting up some offshore banks.
Are you? I wish I could move. I wish we could do the Puerto Rico trade. Get to Puerto Rico. And,
Yeah, you're not getting out of those taxes, unfortunately.
I think I would. I mean, I think you'd start. I think you probably start planning what you're gonna, do. Probably quit my job.
I would wait until I actually.
It's I have the money, yeah. But I mean,
Or a guarantee that I'm just going to start getting money.
Yeah.
Because you're probably not going to get that first. And then here's the thing. I know we talked about this before, but are you taking it lump sum or are you going the full 20?
I think I'd take the lump sum because I think that I can make more than the interest on it.
So, like, let's say you're going to get probably, I think you probably get like 40% of what you're supposed to get, like, of the number.
Mm-hmm.
You think you can probably get that 60% back over 20 years? It's possible, I guess.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Because you're supposed to make, if you can make 5% a year,
Yeah.
it's not bad. Yeah, I think I would, just because I think too many people lose it, I think I would just sit
Because
there
I
for
mean,
20
I think
years.
you gotta also I don't know if he's you gotta live that long. You never know. So rather
No, you're right. It goes, but I don't have any. Like I have the first payout of like
Oh,
20 million.
I'm spending it all myself.
The first 20 million, I'll just make sure everybody's
That's
set.
going to Vegas, baby.
Double down.
Maybe live next to Bezos.
Get into gambling like Dana White, where he's got to bet like
Yeah.
$1 million to feel anything.
Yeah, I don't know if I get to that point.
Yeah, I don't.
I
Yeah,
would love to know how rich Dana White is because he's got to be.
Well, I'm sure he got a shit ton of money when they sold sold out when they sold to
Yeah.
Endeavor. And he's probably making some good money now with the new stock.
I wonder if he got some. He probably got some stock on that.
I'm sure he's probably got new stock on the new company too. That's with the WWE.
The TKO one, TKO Holdings or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a shit ton of stock options.
I think I did hear. Oh, a lot of people are getting like ISOs or incentive stock options, and there are some pretty crazy things. Like if you, let's say you get your exercise price at $4. And the stock is worth 15 when you can exercise it, you have to pay the taxes on that 4 to 15, and that amount of money can be pretty. You have to pay the taxes on your own because there's nowhere to really sell it, dude. You could get a little wild on that.
Yeah.
Think I don't have to worry about that, right, Chris?
True. Damn, Vince McMahon owns a shit ton of it.
Oh yeah.
TKO owes 25% of it.
Yeah.
I thought he's
out the board. No, he's resigned from the board.
No, but I thought he sold a bunch of.
No, he sold a bunch of WWE, but the new company formed and he got a bunch of that.
He got a bunch of that. He's the highest one on there right now.
So he pretty much kind of could control UFC if he wanted. Or I wonder if that's contract.
No, I'm pretty sure he can't.
Because the WWE only owns 49. The WWE is 49% of it.
Yeah.
Of the group. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes more sense.
So they don't have the.
He's probably the highest one-person owner, but
be.
he can't probably make decisions like.
Well, not anymore for sure. No.
Oh yeah, well. That's his own wrongdoing.
That's his own
I've seen a couple. I seen a couple of things about him, and just like a lot of the wrestlers talk about Vince and how dude's just absolute a nut show, absolute nut show.
I mean, you got to be a little crazy to.
He's also They also talked. He's one of those guys that won't ask you to do something that he wouldn't do. There's a video of him. I think he had just had surgery. It was during the pandemic when they did WrestleMania and they had Rob Gronkowski in the WWE, and they wanted him to jump off this elevated platform, and he's like, I don't think I want to do this. And Vince McMahon's like, it's not a problem. There's a little thing down there. It'll be easy. He's like, I don't know. And then Vince's like, watch. And then he just jumped a 20-foot jump onto this mat down there, and he's like, see, no big deal. And fucking Vince McMahon 70.
He's getting tractioned out.
Yeah, 77 years old, just jumping 20 feet down to some mat.
That is absolutely insane. Good old Vincey. Dude, you know what's crazy? You can watch Mankind and The Undertaker watch their Hell in a Cell match. They'll comment on it.
Yeah, they did a commentary thing. Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
Mick Foley's I don't remember any of this.
Here. I think I told you guys this, but so I'm super into police interrogations, crime stuff, all that good stuff, court cases, whatever. I just got led onto a guy. He's a granny who messes with scam artists. So he'll call, he'll get an email that says, call this number. You'll get an email that says, call this number. You've been hacked or blah, blah, blah. And this dude will absolutely terrorize these people as a grandma. He acts the voice comes out as a voice.
It's a voice thing.
Yeah, he's a voice modifier. Yeah.
He's like, why you no listen to me? You no listen to me. Listen to me. He's like, and they'll be like, just shut up. He's like, well, why did you tell me to shut up? I didn't tell you to shut up, old lady. I didn't tell you to shut up. Well, you told me to shut up, and now you call me an young lady. He's like, no, you don't talk to me you don't listen to me. Dude, I am bawling laughing at these idiots, and but then sometimes if they take things too far, he will allow them onto his computer. He'll log into his Bank of America. He'll let them try to transfer money, and he doesn't. There's no ability to transfer money in his account, and so they'll see he's got $300,000 sitting in his checking account. And you could just tell these guys are okay. And they try to send 40. They're calling about a $500 refund from him. And they will call and try to transfer $47,000 out of his account. And so when they do things like that, he lets them come on because then he can send back a virus that just completely destroys the entire network that they're on. So these guys freak out at the end. Dude, some of these are so good. One guy, so this was the scam that they tried. They send you $500 and then they black your screen out and they type in the code because you could go to any code. If you're you could change the HTML from 500 to 50,000. So now it looks like you have any old lady who sees, oh my God, I got $50,000 in my account. You need to send that back. So you send $50,000 back to them. In reality, they only sent you $500. Mm-hmm. So, but he can't transfer money out. So then they were trying to send him to CVS to send cards, and he's just fucking with these people.
I gotta stop down the toy aisle and get my grandkids some Christmas presents.
Oh, I gotta get some Metamucil from the.
I gotta use the washroom real
he's gonna-
quick.
yeah. He knew.
I need some Depends.
Oh, he was murdering this guy.
This guy was so fucking pissed. It was so good.
You guys enough of that shit. Guys, get to the goddamn ATM.
Yes, literally just freaked out. He's like, dude, now I want to give me my $50,000 back. You just keep it. You shove it up your ass. And he's like, wait, what? What do you say to an old lady like that? He's like, you just shove it up your. I just died. It was so good. Here's I got a thought for you, and then we're gonna do a couple feel good, and we'll get you out of here. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Duke last night got beat. I forget who they got beat by.
They got beat by Wake Forest.
And they stormed the court.
Yep, saw it.
One of the Duke's stars, who's going to be a high draft pick in the NBA this year.
Top 10 draft pick, they say.
Yeah, Filippo Papalowski not going to work
Yeah,
much longer.
they're great last name.
Sounds like it'll be on the Bulls.
He got hurt.
By a fan storming the court.
That's what I'm saying. Is this the end of storming the court?
Oh, they got to.
How can you stop it though?
I thought the same thing, Pat. I thought they'll stop.
You can try to stop it, but I'm not sure how you stop
also,
it.
like Duke's number 10. It's not that big. Like if you beat a number 1, yeah, you storm the court. You don't storm for 10.
It's also like it's also not March Madness. It's just like a game.
Yeah, I don't. You're right. I don't know how you stop it. I mean, you got to probably have more security, but like, I don't know how.
If you got 10,000 people rushing the court, like you can't stop them all.
There's no way
Oh yeah, I have literally no idea how you would do it.
No idea. Absolutely none. You're right. I thought that was crazy.
It's probably. I'm pretty sure it's frowned upon already, but it's just you can't really stop. You can't.
I bet someone just stepped on his ankle. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Here's even, dude. I don't know if
is he seriously hurt or is it just like a?
I don't know.
I don't
He
think
had to be like carried. They had to like help him off. Like he didn't go off on his own power. I don't think.
Jeez.
I've got.
Hope he's got insurance.
One more thing. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I bet he's got to.
No, I meant like insurance for like his potential earnings kind of thing.
Oh yes. No, I know what you're saying, Pat. Absolutely. Did you guys? If you guys watched anything, or are you guys following up a little bit on in the NBA at all? Like the rookie Wemby.
Honestly, no.
He had a night and they lost. He did a 5x5.
5 for 5. He had that means like 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks, 5 points, 5 assists. I said assists twice, didn't I?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think he had 5.
Dodge, dive, duck, and dodge.
5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks.
Yes. And he just barely missed that the game before, and he was the fastest person to get the 5 for 5. It was under 30 minutes he got it done.
Oh wow!
I mean, that's not an easy thing to do.
What did he do the thing with Jordan?
He's the first player. I think he's the first player to have I think he did it 2 games in a row.
To have 5
5x5, 2 games in a row, and so him and Jordan are the only 2 players to ever do that. And he's like, I wonder if Jordan did it in wins, and people went and looked it up, and Jordan did his in wins, and he did both his and losses.
And he doesn't want to celebrate it.
Yeah,
He's like, I'll celebrate these when I win. But dude, the dude he blocked the shit out of LeBron.
They think he's going to be one of those guys who gets that rare quadruple double where you get 10 in 4 categories.
Oh shit!
They think you get 10 blocks, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
Probably the
10
points and the rebounds are probably the easiest too.
The blocks are so easy for him.
The blocks probably are easy for him, but the assists are probably challenging.
You got to be a good passing center.
Or steal. So.
Dude, he can also dunk literally from 7 feet away.
You know who can't dunk? That guy in the DePaul Blue Deals.
Oh yeah, God.
No, but I'm serious. He doesn't even have to dunk. He just puts.
He doesn't have to jump. He can just put his hands up.
Dink. Dude, he is unbelievable.
The question with him is going to be can that body hold up to the end?
I thought the same thing.
They have really been the Spurs have been really working on it. You could see during summer league, they had him they showed him in the tunnel before one of the games, and they had the trainer there, and they're just stretching him out. They're making.
I just meant he's got to bulk up, and then that's going to put more pressure on his joints.
But that's what they're doing. They're trying to bulk him up, but also keep him limber, keep him loose, and everything.
Hopefully, he can stay healthy and see what he does.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a few things here, and then we'll get out of this beautiful podcast. And thank you guys again for joining us here on a Sunday Night Pregame Podcast. This was
Pregame in your week.
Yes.
Yeah, pregame it.
Until death do us part. Europeans were buried with their dogs 2,200 years ago. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
So they've been our best friends for quite a while. More than 100 new species of stunning marine life found near underwater mountains. And you can take a look on Good News Network. And some of these are these look like Pokemon.
The underwater mountains are kind of cool thing to see if you ever look those up at all.
Yeah, and have you ever seen an underwater river? That's pretty crazy.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Go look up an underwater river. It's literally you're scuba diving, and there's a flow like a current, and it looks like a underwater river.
Nice.
It's pretty wild. And then the last one here, boys, is evening exercising just once a week can help you lose weight. New study finds.
Yeah, I like a morning. I do like the morning.
We've done a mix of like I feel like the morning's a better.
I feel like when if I do it before I get into my day, like it's done, I'm out of sight, out of mind. But if I have to think about it later in the day, like I'm just like thinking of all the other shit I have to do, either after it or whatever, and I don't think I get it.
Me and Peter, we've literally done the gauntlet.
We did 10 years of
late, 10:30 after CPA studying, like 10:30, 11 until like 11:30.
Would you about both?
Oh, the morning's the best.
Oh, I'll never not do mornings again. It's literally I wake up and I'm miserable. I'm cranky. That run, once the run is done, it's like my spirit is like I'm like a whole new person. Even when I'm exhausted, 4 or 5 hours of sleep, I go hit the run. And I don't know what I honestly I have no idea. And I'm not saying it's like a runner's high, but it's just you're just a new person. You're awake. You're ready to go.
I just feel better after I work out in the morning.
Yeah, I love it to death. I will never do any. I honestly have no interest in doing anything. I'll do sauna and cold tubs at night, even though you're supposed to do the cold tub in the morning. But I'd rather do that at night and the workouts in the morning for sure.
Yeah, the workout. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on a beautiful Sunday night. Do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe. Check us out on Twitter, X, Instagram, and Podcast SMP. And you can email our boys at the SMPpodcast@gmail.com.
I don't know the password anymore.
Nobody does.
I'll get it to you. Don't worry. We'll send it right now.
Nice.
Just kidding. Chris, you want to get us out of here, or you want me to?
Oh, we're done here?
Oh, yeah.
Bye.